Do you have any views on whether there's now a lack of any meaningful legacy or strategy for the next pandemic threat?
Oh dear, yes. Yeah.
Social and economic inequalities are increasing risk to whatever the threat is going to be.
Years of brutal austerity has fundamentally altered our public services with lethal consequences.
The Guardian reported that the Chancellor will use her spring statement to announce that she intends to cut Whitehall budget by billions of pounds.
Preparations for next time need to start now and need to be properly resourced.
To persuade Labour MPs to accept the steepest departmental cuts since the era of austerity dawned back in 2010.
I'm not sure that we're doing enough to preserve that operational, organisational memory.
Over the next 2 years, NHS England will be brought into the department entirely.
We are just about to have a major reorganisation. Well, we're having the abolition of NHS England in England, and that is going to lead to a loss of institutional memory.
While the universal credit health element will be cut for new claimants by around 50%.
It is entirely predictable, and that's exactly what happens. The lower the socioeconomic position, the greater the deprivation, the greater the consequences of this big external threat.
A total of 800,000 people will completely lose out on getting personal independence payments.
So you get these big external shocks, and that's why we say they expose the underlying inequalities in society and amplify them.
250,000 people will be pushed into relative poverty.
Many of the weaknesses that we had going into the pandemic, we still have.
People died up to 11 times more likely to die from disabilities. So the last thing they need is to compound those inequalities by cutting funding to those sorts of people.
Our public health infrastructure, particularly the local representation, is weaker than ever.
After only a year as a junior doctor, Tom is quitting the NHS.
We still haven't addressed the strength of public health in this country.
Only 56% of doctors in core training still work in the NHS 8 years later.
All of that testing infrastructure we created no longer exists, not part of it at all.
I don't believe we're adequately resourced to enable such a very fast response.
Because in the last 3 years we have gone backwards, not forwards.
And if, heaven forbid, SARS-CoV-3 happens in December, we will be exactly where we were in January, February of 2020.
All those who were lost, their lives must not have meant nothing. They cannot have died in vain. We must have changes in this country, and we must have positive changes that people never have to experience this type of trauma over a virus again. I say prevention is better than cure, and measures must be put in place now. And I plead with all the people that can make this difference. We must be prepared.